Hey guys, welcome back to our E3 wrap-up video. We're going to combine, we're talking about winners and losers. We're combining two losers into one video. We're combining the Square Enix conference and the PC Gaming conference, or PC Gaming Show of 2018. So yeah, let's...
We don't even have Cyberpunk. Why is this even out?
Joe, this is because Joe, you know this thing is going for like $500 on eBay right now?
Why would you take it out of the case?
Because it's what you're supposed to do.
No,
Shit.
you leave it in the box.
This is the best. This is gonna be the best thing in this video, so bear with us, okay? Because these were the shit shows of E3 2018. Square Enix, it's like, what the? Why do you even have a conference, bro? All you did was a bunch of trailers for 25 minutes, and then it was over.
Yep.
And half of those trailers were trailers that we've already seen, the exact same trailers that we saw in Microsoft and Sony. Why are they doing these press conferences?
Save your money. Don't do that. Just put them back into the games or something.
Yeah.
Don't go.
Either that or make it a real press conference like Ubisoft does, where you bring out the developers so we can see, oh man, they really have passion of their games.
Because we've met a lot of the Square Enix people, employees and devs, and they're
we love them.
Passionate. We love them. We love them.
But we got to be honest with you, your show was terrible, and it was like just a series of trailers. If that's what y'all want and that's what y'all want to do, that's great, and you accomplished your mission, but you're going to look embarrassing in front of these other ones who are putting in a lot more money and a lot more effort into it. And yes, a lot of Square Enix developers are Japanese, so maybe they're thinking, oh, it's too hard to bring the Japanese guys out and then just translate and all this stuff. But man, nah. They do it for a lot of other things. Y'all need to do it too. So let's jump right in. They start off with a good showing of Shadow of the Tomb Raider, an extended look of it. Me and Joe are excited about that one. It looks good. You know, there was all that kind of bullshit about, you know, the switching and the Xbox exclusive on the second one, which kind of pushed me off of it. And I have not yet had a chance to finish that one off. So I need to finish that one before we get into the Shadow of the Tomb Raider 3, which will close out the trilogy and really turn Miss Croft into the Croft that we know. So it's looking good. Then we go on to Final Fantasy 14 patch 4.3. Wow. Great. Final Fantasy 14 Cross Monster Hunter.
Great.
But you're a big Monster Hunter.
Yeah, but that's in Final Fantasy.
Great.
If it was in the Monster Hunter, I'd be like, yeah.
And then Captain Spirit.
Great. Yeah, great.
Fuck you, Dale. Captain Spirit!
Yeah.
No, I got you, because there are some people out there that are like, But how about Dragon's Quest XI? This one, to me, looked interesting because it looks so much like Dragon Ball. And there's a reason for why the character looks like Trunks. Didn't look like Trunks? He was collecting Dragon Balls. Yeah. Except for they were little orbs of energy. There were 6 of them, not 7. But why? Because Akira Toriyama. He's the creator.
That's pretty cool.
He has created a lot of monster characters and characters in the Dragon Quest series. And honestly, this is huge in Japan, this series. We don't know shit about it here.
I mean, they're up to 11, so...
Yeah. It's considered like the national video game of Japan. I mean, arguably. I mean, obviously there's Pokemon and Nintendo and Mario and stuff.
Yeah.
Mario may, but this is perhaps above that.
Monster Hunter's crazy popular there too.
Yeah, that's also true. But from what I saw in the trailer, I think I'm actually going to give this one a try. This is going to be my first Dragon's Quest. If I can get to it, if it doesn't come out at the same time other bigger, more important games that are a little bit more like our Shar. Right. They got to stay away from that. It's September 4th, so we'll see. September 4th doesn't seem like there's a whole lot. And then they showed a trailer for some really cool, it's cool looking, but I don't know anything about it. And the trailer didn't do anything to tell me about it. It was Babylon's Fall. It looked cool. It was like, look at this history. This history happened this time, and this happened this time, and this happened this time. I got no fucking context. What's happening here?
Things were happening.
Things are happening. That's all you need.
Babylon's Fall.
Yeah.
It's just a trailer. PS4 and Steam only. So a PS4 exclusive on computers as well. 2019 Xbox. If you're on Xbox, that was a little bit of a loss. But right after that one, almost to apologize for the fact that it is, they showed Nier. Hey, Nier is coming to Xbox.
It's a great.
It's great on PC.
I feel like I'm pressured to say it's a great game. It was a little boring for me, and the color palette is not my kind of thing.
I started playing it,
but
halfway.
but I heard from Joe and I heard from other people that if you stick with it, it's a good game. It's got a great story.
There are so many endings to that game.
And so yeah,
and when you beat it the first time, you get a whole nother campaign. It just constantly keeps going.
I didn't know that. But,
yeah,
I did know
there's a
that.
lot of endings.
Yeah, it's like a new game plus kind of thing. But here's the thing: is that because the graphic design didn't really appeal to me, some games just
they just don't.
I gotta move on. Yep. So that's coming for Xbox people. It's already been revealed at the So a lot of this stuff was already revealed. Octopath Traveler, we already knew that was coming. The demo was already out.
They got the room with the echo. Everything is coming down. Oh, that's what's coming out.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, I remember that too. Yeah. And the sort of blurred backgrounds. I dig it. July 13th on that one, so that one's coming pretty soon. Then Just Cause 4, but we've seen that revealed elsewhere. But they did a features trailer here, which is a little good, dubstep. But I'm telling you guys, with the tornado, the lightning, the sandstorms, the blizzards, and that war that I described to you, I want to maybe try to get a hold of these developers or Square Enix and be like, do you think you could do me a favor? I'm going to sell copies of Just Cause 4 because I was so impressed by this little war thing. So in the game demo, he literally just flies in his wingsuit across this river where they're having a war. I'm talking tanks, I'm talking rockets. And I said this in the other video in one of the other conferences. It was really fucking cool. And then there was a tornado that we were trying to direct to destroy all these fucking military guys. And it's crazy because they're going crazy in this world. They actually have wind turbines that direct the tornado, which...
Use your tether.
So you had to blow up these fucking wind turbines that were preventing the tornado from coming to the military base. Okay. So once you blew that up, you got to see fucking planes get lifted up and crash into each other.
So they got weather control devices.
Yes, there's weather control.
Weather dominators.
Weather dominators in Just Cause 4.
That's amazing. Okay.
It's batshit crazy, and then they were attaching things on everything, and then giving them little rocket boosters. So you know all those little things that you could do. Well, they'll follow you. They'll auto track you, so you could fly in with a parachute with like 19 fucking barrels of fucking explosive things. Yeah, and you can come with cows, and cows will follow you around and, with balloons, and then you can drop them all. It's fucking crazy. So Just Cause 4, because of that good showing behind closed doors, it's got me really, really freaking excited. And guess what? It made it on my most excited about after E3 list at number fucking 5.
Hell yeah.
That's how impressive that behind the closed doors demo was. Above Battlefield, above Spider-Man, above Assassin's Creed Odyssey, above Last of Us 2.
If you say all that stuff is going to be in the game, I'm pretty hyped for it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So that one was a great showing. However, we've seen it already in these other ones. The only real unique and surprising thing outside of some Dragon's Quest and Babylon's Fall where we got nothing was Quiet Man.
See, when I first heard this, somebody tweeted at me. He's like, hey, they're making a game about you. Remember when I dressed up like Quiet?
Yeah. The Quiet Man.
I was like,
very
wait
funny.
a minute.
No, this was weird, man. This was a delivery boy. He's got a little brown bag, lunch bag or something.
He got the job done.
And he beats up Hispanics, Joe.
But
for no reason.
He delivered. He's like, after he beat him up, he puts the food or whatever it is on his face.
Oh, did?
Here you go.
I didn't know that. So here you have a bunch of law-abiding Hispanics talking to each other, having a great time in a dark alley.
Yeah,
right?
Just enjoying
And then all of a sudden, this fucking white guy shows up.
And they were trying to be helpful. He's like, hey, man,
I'm feeling really attacked right now.
I think you're in the wrong area, my man.
Go.
You little delivery boy. Go away. And this is our area. And he was like...
Wrong address, dog! No one ordered no chow!
And then he starts beating them the hell up. It goes from live action to video game. What the hell is with that? What is this new thing where we're getting a lot of live action with video games? Did Quantum Break start this, and a lot of developers thought that this would catch on, so they did their own games? Now they're revealing these games, and they realize, oh shit, this didn't kind of work out as well as we thought.
He delivers pain and sandwiches.
So the Quiet Man is basically going to be the
sandwich.
So here's my opinion on Quiet Man. It's going to be the favorite game of angry white guys and Trump supporters.
Whoa! I'm not
joke.
This
This was a joke. It was a joke.
They do not represent my views.
So you're white. Sometimes you get angry. Is this the game that you've always wanted, to beat up Hispanics in the dark alley?
And deliver
It's
food.
wish fulfillment.
And deliver food.
Because white people feel so scared when they go in the dark alleys, they see a bunch of minorities that are like, oh man, they might beat me up. This is the game they play, so they can be like,
Just for the record, I've never gone into an alley and been terrified of minorities.
just because they said, hey man, get out of here.
I'm upset.
Would you say to me?
I'm
Well,
out.
you couldn't hear him, so he's like, hey, wrong address.
Oh my God! Wait a minute, Joe.
Deaf.
So they couldn't even hear the insults. They couldn't even hear the light insults to tell them to go away. So you just beat him up for no fucking reason. This angry white emo kid.
I don't know what was going on.
Oh my God. Obviously, we're joking about all the redhead stuff and the Trump supporters, but there might be some truth to it.
I'm out.
You gotta tell me, Del. Does this seem like a fun game to beat
I plead the fifth.
Hispanics?
I'm pleading the fifth. I can't say anything.
Just say yes. It's fun. We're having fun here. We're just making fun of this. Anyways, so does it look like a game you want to play though?
I didn't even see that. Yes, it does. I want to try it. Just
See?
'cause it's so outrageous.
Just for that sequence.
No,
It's-
not for that sequence. I'm just gonna try the game because I like video games. That's my
Sure,
stance.
sure. Anyways, finally, we go to Kingdom Hearts 3, which again is old footage. What the fuck is going on?
And it was horrible audio. My
Yeah,
God, was it bad.
It's just, it was awful.
Okay, I gotta say this. I've never seen a single trailer at E3 in like 7 years of watching it that came anywhere close to how bad the Kingdom Hearts trailers were.
I don't.
There was
I don't
no
know
background
about
noise.
that.
It was literally
Yes,
just the voices, and it was so awkward.
It felt like a technical difficulty,
Yeah.
and that's not what you want for the thing, because I guess they thought that the voice acting was so good.
They put it on
and the
two
music was
different
so
scenes.
good. Oh,
Still, Sora, that doesn't mean you should change. Accept the power you're given. Find the hearts joined to yours.
It was
so
on
much
two different
emotion.
press conferences though.
I
and
know.
The same
Where there
issue
was no
there.
sound effects, and we
was-
were all like, "Is something wrong?"
It was like
because
dead.
you're putting emphasis on these really terrible lines of dialogue. But anyway,
It was bad.
But you know it by heart now.
But I know it by heart because my heart. His heart is in my heart.
See?
I know it by heart now, Joe.
Roxas does exist. His heart's inside my heart.
His heart is in my heart. We have to do something fun for the parody on that.
In that case, by all means, nothing would please us more than Roxas's return, of course.
And Roxas?
Yes.
Anyways, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I think we already talked about that. So basically just a series of trailers, pointless. Really, we only got to meet, a few faces of these. Maybe the Tomb Raider guy, this Captain Spirit guys. But other than that, it was just trailers. Awful. So, final verdicts, we're going to go with Adele.
4.
Below average.
Yes.
Slightly below average. I'm going to agree with that.
Yep. They
Well,
had technical problems. We saw everything pretty much that they'd already shown, and nothing was cool.
yeah, I actually think it's worse than EA's press conference, but I'll
Yes.
let you give it a rating.
4. I was
4?
going to say 4 below.
I want to give this thing like there's no point to this. I want to give it like a 2 or a 3. I'll give it a 3. 3 out of 10. Not a 2 because the games have saved it, but we've seen all of this elsewhere, and all you're doing is you're playing trailers for the game. You're not even doing gameplay demos. You're not even doing narrative experiences. You're not even showing us how passionate the developers are about your games. You're not even showing us how great of a company Square Enix used to work for, like Ubisoft
last
or Bethesda.
year-
So it's like, oh,
Last year they
man.
had Final Fantasy 15. This year they were like, 14 still good?
14, patch 3.4, no, patch 4.3, Under the Moonlight. Let's give it a name because it doesn't sound good. 4.3 Under
No,
the
probably
Moonlight.
not.
All right, so done beating up with Square Enix. Now we're going to beat up on his brother, the PC Gaming Show. Now, I saw the internet just make fun of this thing and just tear it apart, and I disagree with you guys. I think it's mean for y'all to do that because I do like the fact that a lot of these sort of indie PC games have a place to get shown off on the big stage. And I'll hand it to, I forget the gentleman that runs it. He does an all right job, but I tell you what, man, that girl, Frankie Ward,
That's day 9, I think.
she was day 9, yeah,
That's day 9, yeah. He's cool. He's a cool dude.
But Frankie Ward, she's cute. She's charming. She makes some jokes. She seems to know what she's talking
Yeah,
about.
here we go.
I wish she was my wife. Call me Frankie.
Joey, he enjoys long walks on the beach.
No, I don't. I don't. Well, yeah, I do. Do you? Okay, yeah, I do. Enjoy that. We can play board games, Frankie. Her Twitter handle is get Frankie, so go ahead and tweet at her that I'm available. No, I'm just playing. She did a great job. She made some funny jokes, and she really helped reveal the best thing that show had, which was Maneater.
Cheers, Sean. Maneater looking tasty there. And I can't believe they named a game after my favourite weekend activity.
Did you guys not? Did you guys not
That
say
was the
Maneater?
best part of
I
the
would
show.
actually play that.
Yes, a
That's
fucking RPG.
fun.
Anyway, you're a fucking shark.
Sharks are my favorite animals.
Okay.
So I was like,
You're in. You're in
Thought
for
it was
this.
cobras.
It's so over the top, such a crazy idea that you're this shark and you can level up and you can do these things when you're attacking people. And it was like, wasn't there a game like that you played as sharks attacking other people? It was on Steam. I forget what it was. It was like a multiplayer kind of thing.
Depths or the
Yeah.
deep or something.
But this
Yeah,
one is
yeah.
more like
I will become the Megalodon.
Megalodon. You
Oh,
will be.
yeah.
They need to
Oh,
have a
yeah.
Megalodon up in the game. So that Maneater was one of the better reveals there. We saw Hitman 2. We saw what was one of the other
Cause.
big Just Cause, but that had already been shown off at other press conferences. They sort of start off with these little snacks with the duck thing that I've never heard of these little snacks before.
I never heard of them.
Hey man, gotta make that money. Gotta make the show work, and whoever you can sponsor with is fine. But I've never heard of them. I'm surprised I never heard. I heard of Little Debbie's, never heard of this dude here. But apparently he was handing out candies and things at on the floors. I saw him walking around. And I was like,
I would never
do I
accept
really want to take
I would
that
never
from the
accept
guy?
strange candy from a guy dressed in
It's
a
all
duck
like
suit.
warm and like falling apart. Yeah. Where
He's
where
like,
did
let
you
me
put
get
this
that out
in
of
your
my
suit?
feathers.
Yeah. So, anyways.
We did eat those tablets long time
Oh
ago
yeah,
that
Dragon
we got.
Balls, Dragon Ball Z tablets
Those
from
were
Japan.
disgusting.
10-year-old candies. Anyway, so they showed off a game called Satisfactory first. Looked like a survival type of game.
It's if for people that know, Factorio. It's a game where you build huge factories that cover entire maps.
Oh.
It's this, but 3D.
Okay.
It's
And
literally
they-
just 3D Factorio.
Gotcha, and you're just building like a city. And
Huge.
you do
Well, not a
things.
city, just a massive factory.
Factories.
Factories. It's all factories.
So yeah, you see, so we're starting off with, although I'm happy that because there's an audience for these
China
games, it's just
Simulator.
not something that you can get
Yeah.
super excited about. NeoCab was next. It was like this little cool cartoon world and it had
Yeah.
nice music. I don't know, much about it, but
It
I
was
want to
just like
play
a
it just
text,
from that. Maybe a text adventure. Then we had another battle royale. We had multiple battle royales here. We had fucking Realm Royale, which is a fantasy version with magic, which apparently one of my buddies was saying it works surprisingly well when you mix magic into it. I forgot who it was.
Weird.
And then not only him, but I think Anthony. Anthony was saying it was kind of cool. But then you have Mavericks Proving Grounds, which that sounds familiar. Proving Grounds, it's like a different game. Mavericks
Yep.
is a battle royale with 1,000 players. That's their thing.
The trailer did not give the game any positive praise.
Yeah.
It was very poorly.
But the dude was super young, way younger than me, making me feel like an old fuck, old fart. I mean, an old fart is what I meant. So then we move on to the Forgotten City, which did you know this was a mod for Skyrim that got a screenwriting award,
Yep.
and now it's doing its own game. You got this investigative kind of stuff. I love that kind of shit, and so that's why I'm appreciative of the PC Gaming Show, that it gives time to these games that you will not see. You won't see this at Microsoft. You'll probably see it for half a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they got to talk about it and stuff. And of course, my boys at Stardock, Star Control Origins. Hell yeah, really looking forward to that game. They did Galactic Civilizations 3 with tons and tons of additional content for that game. They know how to take care of their fans. And I love that company in the same way that I love Paradox and CD Projekt Red. Brad is such an awesome CEO. He's played video games with
Yes.
us. He watches our movie reviews. He's just a great guy. And he makes honey. He's a beer caretaker, so he's keeping the world alive. We
He's
need
keeping
them bees.
alive. We
We need them bees. And anyway, but this lets you visit thousands of different and unique planets. It lets you talk with the aliens, and it brings that nostalgia back to me of when you see the little guys and you meet them and they open up on the view screen like Star Trek and you talk to them.
Visit exotic worlds, meet new people, and then
And
kill
then
them.
fucking kill them.
And then
I always
kill them.
think of that.
Yeah.
I always
Watch out
think.
for my race, though. They're pretty hostile.
Yeah, Joe, in Galactic Civilizations.
The
3.
googly eye.
But there's a multiplayer mode. Now the multiplayer mode is too simple for these days. I'm gonna be honest with you, because you just get in the ships and you pick multiple ships and then you just go at it in an arena. That was fine for 20 years ago, 10 years ago, but now you kind of want a little more than that. Maybe you want fleet scale, you want something else. But no, they're just gonna recreate the original. But I'm most excited about just going and exploring the galaxy and meeting alien races and fucking
Killing
murdering them.
Yep.
So can't wait for that one. Then they showed, there's too much to talk about actually at the PC Gaming Show. We have Rapture Rejects, 2 Point Hospital, Don't Starve Hamlet, Overkill's Walking Dead, Telltale's Walking Dead final season.
Is it the final season?
I hope so. I'm just tired of that. Anyways, so, and then they did some Warframe stuff. They're talking about sacrificing the TennoCon Live coming up. We'll be at TennoCon.
We'll be at TennoCon.
This is another company we really fucking love. And
Digital Extremes.
Digital Extremes is the best. Canadians, best people out there, in my opinion. So much fun going over there.
Yep.
And then one final thing to talk about is The Sinking City. It's a Lovecraftian open world. And I think, oh, great! Anything to bring us away from fucking zombies. I'm okay with Lovecraftian stuff, you know, because we haven't seen it before. Yeah, there are some zombies in that world, but there's deep ones that come up from under. There's cult worshippers and shit like that. So it looks like we're gonna start to get some of that. So to me, there are some highlights for the PC Gaming Show, and I think people are really hard on it. But obviously, when you compare it to the other ones, their games they're not exciting, and I don't think that's what it's about. So I feel bad to try to rate it lowly, but here we go. So, Joe.
So, with that being said, I'm gonna give this a 5. It's average, but it's compared to everything else.
Yeah.
I feel like they shouldn't even be there because it takes away
Out of 5.
Well, listen. They shouldn't be there because like it's taken away from all their new games. They're trying to showcase everything.
Yeah.
But it's gonna get buried with everything else.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks for them, and I feel bad for them. They have great stuff.
Yeah.
Some of it is just getting hidden.
Yeah, presentation, and what do you think?
I'm at a 4
Okay.
because it was a PC gaming show and it did really nothing at all to pull people to play PC games.
That's a good fucking point.
It's a PC gaming show with
you gotta
no
bring your
PC
heavy
gaming
hitters.
phone
You gotta bring heavy
centric
hitters,
focus,
but
yeah.
it's unfair because Microsoft and Sony, they get the deep pockets
Yeah.
to try to bring those people over there, and really so it's sort of a
sponsored by a
slapdash
duck.
show. It's an indie show, and if you look at it that way, they did their job, and I would rate them a lot higher. But because they market themselves as a conference,
Yep.
and they're up against it, I just have to rate them accordingly. So I think average as well, maybe slightly below
That's where I was,
average,
slightly
maybe
below.
4 out of 10, 5 out of 10. The thing is, Day 9 does a good job, but there was technical issues, and I don't know, the shtick is getting a little boring over there.
Yep.
How does one run a hospital in 2 Point Hospital?
Whoa, what's going on with the mic? What's going on with the mic?
Wait, oh my gosh, is the stethoscope eliminating your microphone? Oh, you know what? We do this every year. Come here, talk to me.
Okay,
How do we run a hospital?
so 2 Point Hospital is a game about designing and building.
But the show's content was less than good.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. So, it's difficult because I want to be nice to them because they are giving time to games that wouldn't otherwise get time. But when you compare them to the other ones, it was a lackluster show to say the least. And of course Twitch is real mean, and YouTube gaming and chat and Twitch chat real mean to them, and they make them a joke. But I side with those guys, and I think it's cool because they get some time, like Star Control Origins, Maneater, and all that stuff. But all right, guys, but that was pretty much the highlights from that. Star Control Origins, Maneater, and maybe The Sinking City, right?
Yeah.
Neocab, maybe?
Yeah, then in indie we'll play it, but it's not something that's like low wall.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, that's enough. So that wraps it up.
Yep.
That freaking wraps it up. E3 2018. Let's talk a little bit about how the show did. What did you think about the show in general? I think it was a little bit of a waiting year.
It was probably one of the most painfully average E3s that I've ever watched, in the sense that nothing really big was there, and nothing that like blew you away. And I mean, look at our conference
It just
scores.
seemed a lot of our conference scores were
like
relatively
6s and
low.
7s. Like it was just okay.
Everything's coming out way too far out. The exciting ones rather, and they didn't want to show off. Yeah, more gameplay. They didn't show enough gameplay. A lot of trailers. A lot of well, we're not going to show you now.
A lot of teasers.
A lot of teasers, and I just want more extended gameplay and stuff like that. And to help make this video more exciting, since these were the worst and kind of a little boring, I will reveal my top 15 games in order after seeing everything in E3. This is in fucking order of excitement after getting hands-on and figuring it out. So, number 15, Super Mario Party. Then Fallout 76. Death Stranding above that. Resident Evil 2 above that. Halo Infinite. Surprisingly, though I know nothing about it, I am that excited about Halo that I'm going to put it above Death Stranding and Fallout. And then Doom Eternal, because you got to give some love to Doom. We love that game so much, and I'm excited for the potential. Last of Us 2, surprisingly a little lower at number 9. I didn't expect it to be so low at number 9. I think that's because I'm suspect on the story.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed on the graphics, but I'm suspect on the story on whether I'm going to get into it. Assassin's Creed Odyssey managed to jump ahead, probably because I got hands-on time with it, and I was really impressed. I'm happy in the RPG dialogue options, pure battle, less fucking Abstergo crap. So, and then Spider-Man above that, because it's just so well put together. Combat is amazing. Battlefield above that. Battlefield 5, because I've gotten hands-on with it. I know it's a really fantastic Battlefield, and you're going to love it. Just Cause 4, huge surprise of the show. A lot of people are like, it just looks like Just Cause 3. I'm not excited about it. And that's what I was. I was like, I don't give a shit. But they've ramped it up to fucking 11 with the physics and all this other stuff, and I'm ready for it. Ghost of Tsushima, number 4. That's how high that motherfucker went up on that thing. I'm really, really excited for Ghost of Tsushima. I think it's going to be great. Number 3, Beyond Good and Evil 2. They're not presenting it correctly. It is a heavy hitter. People should be talking about this one just as much as Red Dead Redemption 2, which is number 2, even though it wasn't at the show. I'm fucking cheating. That's cheating. That's how much I care about Red Dead Redemption 2. It got a 10 out of 10 on my last review. And then Cyberpunk, of course, 2077 just obliterates the show. When we'll see that game, I don't know. 2020, 2019 at the end, maybe. I think it's going to be beginning 2020 or end of 2019. That's not based on any inside information. That's just based on gut feel. So,
what about Starfield?
Yeah, but I purposefully left off Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 because they were just logos. I can't put just logos on there. If I put those on there, then those would be top 5 easy, you know? So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to the next E3. Thank you for watching all these videos, and yeah, see you guys. See you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys. Cool.
Did I hit record?
You didn't have a karate you?
Karate.
Oh.